Well, howdy do, jerks. It's a new day. Feeling pretty good. And the reason why I'm feeling pretty good is because the Cumstain... Oh, look at that. The Cumstain's here. I've got the new... got the new banner on it. Looks pretty good. Yeah, there's bubbles all over the place. I did a shit job of putting it on there, but I don't care. I'll probably kind of try and fix that a little bit later with some pin pricks. If you remember this battery that I had to replace, well, it turns out I probably didn't have to replace it because the new battery is dead again. And I think the reason is that guy right in there. You can see it right there, that thing. If you recall, when we were doing the turbo install, I heard a lot of weird clicking, and I felt that it was coming right around the alternator area. I thought that we were burning out my alternator, and it turns out probably was, because the battery appears to be dead. Drove it to the muffler shop, who was really awesome. This guy was great. You know, cash only deal. I finally met a sketchy enough guy to put my exhaust together. Didn't charge too much, but charged appropriately for doing something that was probably not 100% legal. I mean, it is. It's totally legal because I bought a catalytic converter that works. Anyway, let's see if this will actually start. Well, that happens, and then we'll see if it starts. Oh. Well, it starts. That's weird. I don't know. Well, it's fine. I'm just gonna kind of deal with that for a little while. Anyway, did you happen to hear the engine? No, I didn't either. The exhaust, I didn't really hear it, and that's because cat's on. I've got a muffler. That was my old shitty muffler setup, and now I even got a boss ass tip on it. Look at that. It's pretty nice, right? It's subtle, but nice. Not bad, right? Anyway, okay, so that's what's going on with this. It definitely was overheating though, like crazy overheating. I'm gonna check. And remember, I did this before. Oh, I need to get this popped off again, so I was losing boost. But I do want to check and see what my level is in here. Yep, that's dry. So I do need to add some more coolant in there, because that might be the reason why I was overheating. And when I was overheating to about 240, maybe more. Well, I don't know. So that's what's kind of going on today. Yeah, but the car is running pretty well. It's pulling really nicely until something pops off. So I'm not following my own advice from that video a couple videos ago where it's like tighten your lug nuts. What were they? Tighten your lug nuts, screw down your oil cap, and then tighten all your intercooling fittings. That's not really intercooling, but whatever. Oh, that sounds like that's probably going to be Angel saying let's go to lunch. And, oh, I think we were going to add a fourth thing from this, which is don't blow up your motor. I want to thank everybody for watching the Miatapalooza video. That kind of blew up, and I think that's going to get to about 1,000 by the end of today. 1,000 views, anyway. And I got a bunch of new subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, thank you very much and welcome. And let's see. That's about it for right now. I might come in a little bit later with some solutions as to whether that's going to work or not with some more coolant. And so, catch you soon. Well, that really sucked. I was recording and talking about my breakthrough yesterday, and my camera just shut off. Anyway, all right, so see the Cumstain over there? I was having a problem last couple days where my ECU is programmed, the Megasquirt is programmed for boost protection. What that means is if I'm pushing too much boost, then the ECU will cut spark and fuel to the motor so that I don't go beyond, like, I think it's set at around 9 or 10 pounds. It's just protection so you don't blow up the motor in case for some reason your boost controller or your wastegate doesn't open, or something. If just something goes wrong, you know, you're not going to push 23 pounds of boost and then your head flies off. Anyway, I was having a problem because it was like cutting off super early. I was creating way too much boost too early in the power band. So like in second gear at 5,000, the car would die because it cuts spark and fuel. At third gear, it would be like 4,300 RPM. Anyway, that's just not fun. You want to get way up in the revs in the power band to really go. Well, I thought that my wastegate was somehow broken or something like that. Like it wasn't. I don't know what it was, but huge breakthrough yesterday, and here, let me explain to you. If you're gonna have this CX Racing kit, this is something you need to know. I'm gonna go over all this in a wrap-up video a little bit. Probably I'll make it today, but just going over the whole system. So let me show you something. This is the wastegate for the turbo system. Now, this is a screw, and I could not figure out, but none of us could figure out what this screw and this nut was for. But anyway, so there are 2 bolts to remove the wastegate from the turbo spool. And then there is this thing. This is actually the flap that controls the wastegate in there to open it or close it. Great, okay, super good. So we didn't know how to adjust that. It is an adjustable wastegate, and it is supposed to be adjustable from 4 pounds to 14 pounds. This is a 14-pound wastegate spring. What that means is that at 14 pounds, there's enough pressure in there to push the spring that opens the flap in there that allows the exhaust gases to go through into the exhaust rather than through the intercooler system. So what that means is you have to get to 14 pounds before the spring in here pushes this to open up your flap. Well, if you set your ECU to have overboost protection at 10 pounds, you're never going to get to 14 pounds for the wastegate to open, which is not something you want to do anyway, especially if you only want to run 10 pounds. However, if you take off this little C-ring, cock ring washer, whatever, it's a little spring washer, whatever, you take that off, this thing right here spins, okay? And it spins to make this longer or shorter. If you make it longer, then this wastegate is always open a little bit. And what that means is that you are changing the maximum boost that it can create from 14, where it's closed until that spring opens, to something less than 14, because there's always going to be a little bit of exhaust going past the wastegate, and the system will never build up to 14 to get there or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what you got to do. You have to kind of take this whole assembly, not apart, but you have to remove this spring and then spin this to make it longer, and then put it all back together. So right now my wastegate is slightly open, which will create a lower maximum boost. So I took it out and I did some testing with it last night, and I'm hitting redline now with boost. So that's me figuring shit out. Really happy with the way that car is running right now. I'm feeling a lot of pull. Third gear, or was it third gear or fourth gear? I think third gear I can get almost all the way up to redline. Fourth gear, I'm pretty sure I'm hitting maximum boost at like 62, 6300. I can't remember if I tried that or not. I mean, I was going pretty fast at that point, and I do not trust those tires or those wheels at 80 miles an hour. It just doesn't feel good. Anyway, so that's going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to let you know that the exhaust is all done and awesome. The boost is figured out, and I guess in the future I'm just going to be doing some more data logging runs and stuff like that, and that's stuff I'm going to show you in the wrap-up video of what you're going to need to do once you throw all this stuff into your car. So thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, a like, I don't know what it is, good thumbs up, like, whatever. Subscribe, and I will do a CX Racing Miata 1.6 turbo build kit wrap-up and review very soon, so look for that. Bye.